Quarterback number 14, Cole McKinney. Senior fullback number 8, Keegan DeYoung.
And a good evening from T Area High School as we get set for the Class 11 AA quarterfinal matchup featuring the Sturgis Brown Scoopers and the T Area Titans. Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry Palesci, joined alongside by Chad Berger and our on-site engineer, the Hall of Famer, Andrew Griffin. 6-3 Sturgis taking on the T Area Titans, who come into this matchup off a win against Watertown last week, 31-15. These two teams, if you go back on September 29th out in Sturgis, met with a T 26-7 victory. In that game between T and Sturgis, it was close at the start. Better yet, Sturgis even held a lead in the second quarter, a 7-6 advantage at the time. T in the second half went on a 20-0 unanswered run to get the score to 26-7. In that ballgame, T fumbled twice, but on top of that, Sturgis was really not able to capitalize on any of it. T as a team ran for 389 total yards and only gave up 118 in that 26-7 victory. Tonight, of course, this was supposed to take place last night, but due to weather conditions out West River, they postponed it to tonight. We have Friday night playoff football, which is just, it's not normal in South Dakota for the quarterfinal round, but Chad, I love it.
I love it too. Football is supposed to be played on Friday nights for high school. This is something where I feel like, I talked to Coach Koletsky from Sturgis before the game. He said that really it wasn't their decision not to come out. The bus company kind of pulled the plug after the Rapid City bus that was on its way out got in a little bit of a icy situation, and the drivers were not comfortable making the trip.
Well, either way, for T Area, tonight marks the last home game because Yankton won last night, and the victory over here on the winner of this game goes to play Yankton on the road next week. For Sturgis, they entered this contest again at 6-3, a really good season for the Scoopers. They entered tonight on a 3-game winning streak with wins over Belfouche, Douglas, and Spearfish. Their lone setbacks this year were against T Area, Huron, and Aberdeen Central. Otherwise, they have wins over Rapid City Central, Mitchell, St. Thomas More, and the 3 that they enter on that winning streak here today. T Area, of course, will be in their navy blue jerseys as they break the huddle and get set for playoff football. Sturgis in the away white. Cold night tonight. Wind is blowing around. It is roughly feeling like it's 25 degrees outside, so we've had the halfway blizzard game this year. We've had the 98-degree game this year, and now we've had the just deadly cold game this year as it hits here this evening. Sturgis will kick off from left to right. Riley Svanda will be the man back deep for T Area, as the Titans this season on offense have been averaging roughly 35 points per game. We'll see if they are able to put those points on the board here tonight against a team that only allowed them 26 in their first matchup. Doing the honors will be Sully Jost. He is a 5'8", 154-pound running back, linebacker, and kicker. We're underway from Titan Stadium, as this will be returned from Tim Halber, who will pick it up at the 25-yard line. He tries to sprint. He is tripped up. He still is able to save his feet for a moment, and he falls down to the turf at the 42-yard line. T will have great field position to start the game.
Yeah, interesting. A lot of times when teams try those squib kicks, it's to maybe get it to someone who's not quite used to handling the ball so much, but great job by Halber of being, aware of what was happening, picking up that ball, and making a decent run.
Here come the Titans on offense all season long, have gone to the ground game where they have averaged 289 rushing yards per contest. Their leading rusher this season has been their fullback in Keegan DeYoung with 842 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns. DeYoung will set up to the right side of the quarterback in Brenner Conrad, and he'll feed it to him to get things going on a 1st down and 10. And Keegan DeYoung will pick up a nice chunk of yardage, pickup of 8, maybe even 9, and it will be 2nd down and short.
Great job on that one by the right guard for T Area, Jacob Youngye, pulling out, kicking out that defensive end and making a hole for DeYoung to sneak through there.
The quarterback for the Titans is Brenner Conrad. Conrad this season is a 6'3" sophomore who is growing by the day, and for Conrad, he has thrown 45 of 86 passing this season, good for 697 yards and 6 touchdowns. Here is a handoff to Cole McKinney, who will get the carry. McKinney has bursted onto the scene this season, rushing for almost 340 yards and 6 touchdowns. It is a 1st down for the Titans. It will be 1st and 10 from the 31.
Rest of the Titans offensive line, number 76, Cody Peterson, 6'3" sophomore. Young Ye, I mentioned, 6'5" junior. Carter Turek is the center, 6'2" senior. Charlie Leslie is a 5'11" junior, and Garrett Wiebinga is a 6'2" senior.
Riley Svondo will set up in the slot to the right side. Joining him at wide receiver is Brock Ellingson. He's stretched out far side right. The tailback is Keegan DeYoung, the option play, as Conrad flips it over for DeYoung on this first down and 10. DeYoung stops for a moment, is able just to slip away. He's going to pick up 9 after a play that looked like it was busted.
That's one of those plays. I think Sturgis was kind of slow playing it. Conrad was unsure whether he should, keep that and tuck it up there or pitch it. He decided to pitch, and he pitched it right into someone who was blocking on the perimeter for the Titans.
Defensively for Sturgis Brown on the defensive line, they got Zach Jules, who is a 6'2", 245-pound defensive end. Aaron Morvitz is a 6'1", 262-pound nose guard. Terrence Laura is 6'2", 267, and at the other defensive end spot is Aiden Werlinger at 6', 228. Sturgis will lean on them to try to stop this rushing attack for the Titans here tonight. Second down and 1 from the 22-yard line. Conrad off the snap, hands it off. And this just dancing around is for Riley Svonda. He's going to get the first down out to the 20-yard line. T is threatening with 9:48 remaining first quarter.
Yeah, interesting. The Titans are kind of really dancing around in the hole. They're not hitting that hole. Sturgis must be doing a phenomenal job of, sitting back and waiting and filling those gaps and not allowing the Titans to just hit that hole and make a cut and burst upfield.
First down and 10 from the 20 of Sturgis. Here in the early parts, first quarter. McKinney will split out wide to the left, shotgun formation, with the tailback being Keegan DeYoung. Conrad calls for it, motions his way to the left side now, cuts straight down the middle of the field. He's going to have a nice pickup as he stretches the football past the 10 down to the 8. First down, Titans. Linebacker core for Sturgis includes Calvin Kettleson, who is a junior this year, standing 165 pounds. Dawson Inhofer and Byron Holt are the linebackers. The cornerbacks are Aiden Hederman, who is also the quarterback, and Demetrius Daniels. Jaden Blair and Gavin Sundstrom are the safeties. First down and goal from the 8-yard line. 9 minutes remaining. Opening quarter. T threatening. Conrad this time will go under center. McKinney and DeYoung behind him. Snap, handoff. McKinney just going right down the hash mark. Slips through and gets the touchdown. Cole McKinney, his 7th rushing touchdown this season, gets T on the board.
Yeah, that was exactly what the Titans wanted to do on that first possession. Run the ball, drive the ball down the field, not make any mistakes, and then end up in the end zone.
Point after attempt will come from Griffin Wiebinga. Griffin, a freshman, struggled in the game against Watertown, missing 3-point afters. Hit the last one that he attempted last week. Tough snap. This one's just going to be grounded on the kick from Wiebinga. Not really his fault. The snap never got back to him.
Yeah, the snap bounced back to the holder. Holder did a good job there of trying to get it up, but that throws off the timing for the entire kick. And on a PAT in high school, as soon as that thing is no good, it's just blown dead, and that's the end of the play.
It's going to cap a 6-play, 42-yard drive, taking 3 minutes and 1 second off the clock. T area goes straight down the field on the touchdown from Cole McKinney.
Kind of interesting, Jerry, that the Titans, they stick with the PAT. They haven't had a lot of success this season with it. I would think at some point they would just say, hey, let's just scrap it. Let's put in some 2-point conversion offense and see what happens. But they're sticking with the freshman kicker.
He will also kick it off. It's a tough spot for the freshman to step in, and we haven't seen Carson Hall on the sideline for T area over the last couple of weeks, and Griffin's stepped up and he's tried to take on the onus of the field goal kicks, and it just hasn't gone his way so far. But you feel like if they just get a clean snap back, Riley Sfonda is able to just put the ball down with the laces out, good things could be coming to the freshman. It just needs to all come in sync.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables that go along with those kicks. It's not as easy as it looks at home, folks.
2 will be back deep for Sturgis. Here's the kick from Wiebinga. It's a line drive. It's picked up, and trying to find some form of room and separation on the return is Owen Udiger. Udiger is a starting running back for the Scoopers offense. The quarterback is Aiden Hederman, who's 6'4", 162 pounds. Hederman this season has thrown for over 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Udiger rushing the football, 86 carries for 418 and 3 touchdowns. The leading rusher has actually been the quarterback in Hederman, who has ran for just shy of 1,000 yards, 943 and 9 touchdowns entering tonight. Sturgis will have it first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. 8:48 on the clock as they take over the possession for the first time on offense here tonight. Man in motion is Jaden Blair, a 6-foot wide receiver. Snap, Hederman, pump fakes, launches down the field looking for him. It's incomplete through the hands of his intended target in Blair, and a penalty flag flies.
Hederman's pass intended for Blair.
Well, it looked like there was maybe a little bit of contact up there. The receiver didn't do a great job of coming back for the football, but must have been enough contact to warrant a pass interference penalty on the Titans.
Pass interference penalty will go against Carter Christensen, who has had just a fantastic season for the Titans this year at the corner spot. He is a sophomore. He leads the team in total pass breakups with 11.
Defensive pass interference.
Penalty will move the football out to the 50.
Number 12 on the defense. 15 yards. First down.
We do have a working mic on the ref tonight. Hopefully that holds out the whole game. Last week we had a situation at the end where we were unsure of what was happening.
Dalen DeShock is the tight end who stands 6 foot 185. He's off on the right side of the screen on the formation of the setup. The fake handoff to Udiger. Hederman keeps it, and he's swallowed up by Carter Turek and company. What a great job from this T defensive line led by Carter Turek, who is 6'2", 217. He's joined by Jacob Youngye, Andrew Opland, and Garrett Wiebinga on the defensive line. Linebackers tonight, Sam Wordle, Tyler Reed, and Jessen Wiebinga will get the start. And the secondary for the Titans features Cole McKinney, Carter Christensen, Dawson Eimers, and Tim Halber. Second down and 11 following the loss of 1 from the 49-yard line. Hederman, the quarterback, 2-by-2 on the receivers. Just a lob of a snap's going to fire to the near sideline. Jump ball looking for Blair. It's bobbled. It's caught at the 20-yard line, and Halber is just going to try to wrestle down Blair, and they will do so at the 11-yard line. McKinney had to come over to help on the tackle, and it will be Sturgis threatening first down and 10 from the 11, depending on the spot.
Yeah, and the defender should have had the interception on that one. Both hands on the football, did a great job of getting his head turned around. And then the offensive player just took it right away. It reminds me of a play I saw on Monday night.
Jaden Blair, 14 catches, 132 yards entering this evening, 3 total touchdowns. Hederman will run. He has a hole on the left side, and he's gone. Touchdown, Sturgis. Look at that. Scoopers go straight down the field, and they answer back the touchdown. 12-yard rushing strike for the quarterback and Aiden Hederman.
And that was a spectacular hole there, Jerry. I think I could have scored on that one. There was no one on the left side of the offense for the Titans there to pick up the quarterback and make the play.
The big play from Hederman on the touchdown set up by the big pass that was connected for Blair. Jaden Blair did not play in the first matchup between these two teams earlier this season. The extra point is good, and Sturgis has the lead here at Titan Stadium. 7:33 on the clock. It's Sturgis Brown 7, T Area 6 on the T Area Titans YouTube channel. Sturgis answers right back from the T touchdown. They go 3 plays, 65 yards, taking a minute 19 off the clock. It is the quarterback and Aiden Hederman who goes with the rushing touchdown for 12 yards out, 2 carries, 10 yards on the drive. He went 1 of 1 passing for 40 yards. That to Jaden Blair. That's the 3 plays. That's the touchdown. The extra point good. The difference on the scoreboard, 7-6 Sturgis. Here's the kick. So this one just gets pooched on the line drive kick. Or just punched on the line drive kick, excuse me. Mixing up my words. And T will return out to the 30-yard line.
Return by number 13, Dawson Eimer is brought down by number.
There was a bit of a conversation, at least from the Sturgis side, if you're paying attention out West River, that coming into this game that they were missing the piece that they really needed on the wide receiver position in Jaden Blair from the first meeting this season, and he's already paid the dividends here tonight. T will take over first down and 10 from the 31 with 7:27 on the clock, first quarter. Svanda in motion from right to left. The handoff and the rush straight forward for a yard at the most for the Titans and Cole McKinney.
Yeah, I saw a couple Titans offensive linemen on the ground over there. That's never a good thing when your offensive linemen are on the ground. That means that something bad happened. The cut blocks aren't legal anymore, so as an offensive lineman, you always want to stay on your feet, try to get seal blocks, keep those defenders from, having free reign on your runners behind you.
Stretch the football out just about a half a yard more. It's second down and a long 8. The I formation as Conrad goes with the option play, keeps it. Nice find on the carry here for Brenner Conrad. He's going to be shy of the 40-yard line. But Conrad looked like he didn't have much to go or anywhere to go and found just a little bit of a hole. Propelled him forward, setting up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, now the Titans, they have a lot more opportunities here with this 3rd and short. You can do a hard count, try to draw them off sides, and then, maybe you have the run game open, the passing game open. It's a wide open offensive playbook at this point.
Ellingson will stretch out wide receiver to the far right side. Quarterback and Conrad going with that hard count. Reconfigures on what is a 3rd and 3 from the 38. 4 down linemen for the Scoopers. Here's a handoff. McKinney straight down the middle, and McKinney will get right to the line to gain. It is a first down.
Yeah, big play on second down. You get in those 3rd and long situations. You can't really, the running game kind of gets out of the playbook at that point. But with 3rd and 3, the Titans are able to just stick with their bread and butter and run it up the middle and pick up the first down.
Here's first down and 10 from the 42-yard line. 2 receivers, make it 3 receivers. Stretch out on the right side. Conrad calls for it, gives it off. It's DeYoung. Nice stop, and now just go straight up and down the field, and it will be Keegan DeYoung with a nice carry for 6.
I always think it's funny. You get a guy like Keegan DeYoung. He wants to run north-south. So you hand the ball off to him going sideline to sideline. He just puts a foot in the ground and turns it upfield and says, forget this, I'm going to get 6 yards and live to play another down here.
And it's funny when you bring up just puts a foot in the ground because I think everybody gets the idea where you make that partial stop. But Keegan looks like he actually just full out stops, looks around and says, guys, I'm going this way, straight down the middle. He's not necessarily the quickest kid on the team, but I'll tell you what, he's got the most power, the most heart running the football. 2nd and 4 from the 48. Here's Conrad with a carry. Slips away from a tackle. Now he takes off. Plenty of room across the 40 to the 35-yard line and an extra couple.
And that's just a great play by Conrad. Great play call by the T offense. Conrad, he's a big kid. Very physical, 220 pounds. Go ahead and run power with him. You've got DeYoung that can lead block for him. You've got that big offensive line up there. Just put another body up there, and that's someone else that the defense has to account for in the running game.
He has proven all season long that he can take care of the football while he is running and get those yards that they need. He entered tonight with 702 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns. He's actually the team leader in rushing touchdowns. Calls for it on a first down and 10. Play action rolling to the near side. Plenty of time to throw. Lobs it down the middle of the field. It's incomplete. 2 receivers are back there in Tim Halber and Brock Ellingson, but the ball just went straight in the middle between them.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure who that one was to. If I'm the Titans, I'm sticking with the running game here. They've had really good success running the ball. The down-the-field passing game isn't their thing. Maybe they got a few things they're trying to work on, but I would just go back to the run on second down.
2nd down and 10 from the 33. Clock is stopped, 4:13 remaining, opening quarter, 7-6 Sturgis. Conrad under center, calls for it and hands it off. Nice carry for Riley Svanda, and Svanda is going to get past the 30-yard line to about the 27.
Brought down by number 34.
And that's one where you see those offensive linemen staying on their feet, continuing to drive guys, 10 yards downfield. Guys, when they're moving and the running back can see their back and they have their shoulders parallel, that just gives so many options for the running back in the running game.
That offensive line from left to right, Garrett Wiebinga, Charlie Leslie, Carter Turek, the center, Jacob Youngye, and Cody Peterson. 3rd down and 4 from the 27. Out of the shotgun, Conrad back to throw, wants to set up the screen, has it. Out left side, DeYoung with a carry, plenty of room in front of him. Off the block, hurdles a man out to the 5. Well, he's tripped up by Gavin Sundstrom. Otherwise, Keegan DeYoung would have a touchdown.
Gain of 22, ball down to the 5-yard
And
line.
they used to have a rule in high school football that if you went to hurdle someone, that the play was dead at that point. But, when a defender's diving at your knees, what are you supposed to do? Just stop and let him hit you? I mean, good job, good athletic play there by DeYoung.
It is 1st down and goal. From the 5-yard line, DeYoung now set up on the left side of the quarterback and Conrad. Out of the shotgun. Handoff, DeYoung following the blocker, trying to stretch the football across. He gets it. Touchdown, Keegan DeYoung. 12th rushing touchdown this season for DeYoung, and the Titans are back on top.
Well, we came here to see some points scored, and I think we're going to see that tonight, Jerry.
Titans will bring Wiebinga back out onto the field for a point after attempt. Looks like Brenner Conrad is going to be the holder this time around. So wait from the snap for Brady Tapia. Here's the kick from Wiebinga. It's on the way, and it's short. 3:03 remaining first quarter. Titans back on top, leading 12-7 here on the T-Area Titans YouTube channel. T-Area goes 9 plays, 69 yards, 4 minutes and 30 seconds taken off the clock, as this time around it is Keegan DeYoung with the rushing touchdown. That is his first of the night. 4 carries, 28 yards for Keegan DeYoung, his 12th of the season in total. DeYoung also had a nice reception for 22 off a screen on that drive, and T-Area leads 12-7. 2 extra point attempts for the Titans tonight, Chad, and they're 0 for 2. And we talked about a little bit of the struggles with this unit, with the long snapper and Tapia, the holder, and the quarterback, Brenner Conrad, and the kicker, and Griffin Wiebinga. As the return this time around for Sturgis, Jaden Blair will set up the Scoopers in good field position. But it's a tough ask on a freshman kicker to come in, not midway through the season, but towards the end of the season, and start connecting on those.
Yeah, I was kind of mentioning off air, I was at most of the freshman games this year, and he did a spectacular job kicking the extra points in the freshman games. But, there's not as much of a rush at that level. Plus, the snaps have been a little bit inconsistent here with the varsity squads, tonight especially. So we'll see what the Titans end up doing if they score again.
And a lot of that just comes down to just repetition and not having that entire unit all together all season long. 1st down and 10, as getting thrown down to the ground on the carry was Sully Jost. And boy, oh boy, I don't think he wanted to touch that football, because that was a wrestling tackle, to say the least.
Yeah, Chase DeBoer is the guy who made the play on that one.
Like I said, a wrestling tackle for Chase DeBoer.
Yeah, the running back tried to duck underneath of it, and DeBoer just almost kind of gave him like the old clothesline, grabbed the back of his jersey there and kind of tossed him down to the ground.
2nd down and 15 from the 34-yard line. Quarterback Aiden Hederman out of the shotgun, back to throw, steps up, still looking down the field, rolls to the near side, fires to the sideline. It is caught at midfield. Incomplete. Nope, they're going to say that dropping the pass on the attempted reception this time around was Gavin Sundstrom.
That's a tough play for a wide receiver at the high school level. You're trying to stay inbounds. You know, everyone's running to the sideline. The quarterback throws it a little bit behind you. You try to slide and make a catch. There's just a lot of different variables that go into that one as well, and he wasn't able to hang on.
3rd down and 15 from the 34. Tegan Wormstad is the wide receiver off to the left side. On the near side, 3 are going to stack up as a man in motion, and Sundstrom goes from right to left. 3rd down and long, back to throw. Hederman, pressure coming, rolls to the far side, still looking crossbody. Throw is incomplete. Great coverage for the T-Area Titans, forcing a 4th down.
And Jerry, that's really difficult to ask a right-handed quarterback to roll to his left and stop, and especially when there's guys running. The Titans' defensive line was kind of bearing down on him right there, and he just tried to make something happen and wasn't able to connect.
If you have a quarterback that has the athletic ability to do it, and I'm not saying that Aiden doesn't, so I just want to put that out there, but it's like the old Roosevelt High School stuff with Kim Nelson when he was running Taryn Christian around. I did plenty of their games where that was pretty common to see, as here's a punt from Sturgis that's going to take a scooper roll inside the 20-yard line and will be spotted near the 15. So it really kind of boils down to a lot of that, too. If you have the trust in the quarterback that's able to make that athletic move, Aiden can. I've seen it on film a couple of times this year for Sturgis, but it is an awkward-looking play. Every time that it's ran, it doesn't matter who is running it.
It is. And, you know, the Titans, we've mentioned this several times throughout the season, but they do have a little bit smaller defensive line. And the reason they do that is because those kids are a little bit quicker, and, you know, they can catch guys a little bit faster in situations like that.
T will take over 1st down and 10 from the 16-yard line with 1:49 on the clock, 1st quarter. They lead 12-7. Looking to extend the advantage. Conrad under center. 2-by-2 on the receivers with the handoff for Keegan DeYoung. Nice spin move across the 20-yard line, and DeYoung will be put to the turf near the 23.
You saw the spin move. I saw the kick-out block. Once again, that was one of those trap plays, pulling Youngye from his right guard position over, kick out the defensive tackle on the left side, creating a huge hole up the middle, and then DeYoung just had to make one guy miss, and he did so with that spin move.
DeYoung 5 carries now for 36 yards. 1:20 remaining, 1st quarter. Second down and 2. McKinney in motion. Out of the eye. Here's the snap and the give. And another nice carry. Riley Swanda with the carry this time. He hurdles a man across the 35-yard line. Well, they're going to mark it down at the 35 where Riley went airborne. But it is a 1st down.
But look, I mean, there's offensive linemen on that one, 10 yards downfield. Those guys are getting a tremendous push, getting to that 2nd and 3rd level and just sealing guys off. I mean, huge holes. Of course, there's a flag on the play here, a penalty on the Titans. Umpire's trying to explain to Youngye what he did and what he shouldn't have been doing on that one. Looked like he had a seal block and they called him for a hold.
We'll get the call momentarily, but all indications are pointing to exactly that. And Chad, I think you're right on the money. Titans are just waiting.
As are we all.
Looks like they have the play call already in, but this is going to move the Titans back to the 15.
Holding offense number 67. 10 yards. Still 2nd down.
John Carroll is the head official tonight, working this playoff game. This entire crew is certified by the State High School Activities Association, and they are a tremendous crew if they've been selected for postseason competition.
Following the penalty, 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Conrad puts Fonda in motion, and they'll give the carry to Riley again. No, they won't. Play action, quick throw. It's caught by McKinney, who had to jump up, reach up, and grab it at the 30-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds at the 35. Coming over in the tackle was Tegan Wormstead. What a fake, first off, for Brenner Conrad, and then what a catch and run for Cole McKinney.
And that was right over the fingertips of Jaden Blair. If he would have been able to jump just a couple inches higher, he could have picked that off and had an easy pick six. So great job of concentration there by McKinney.
Good thing Conrad's 6'3". First down and 10 from the 37. The clock rolling 25 seconds. First quarter, here's the snap and the handoff. McKinney with the carry, has a blocker in front. Can he put the Jets on? He will be stopped down at the 40-yard line. Tackled from behind by Jaden Blair. McKinney almost broke one for a touchdown. Instead, he's going to pick up a nice gain inside his Sturgis territory.
I kind of like that I formation. You know, you get the fullback with the lead block, and you get the tailback, you know, able to cut off that old isolation play, and just a huge gap for the Titans on that one.
Should end the first quarter as T-Area not taking any form of steps towards the football, and there it is. End of the first quarter. Points coming up on the board. T-Area 12, Sturgis 7. It was an entertaining first 12 minutes. We'll see what the second quarter brings next on the T-Area Titans YouTube channel.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in South Dakota needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation: that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary.
Start the second quarter here at Titan Stadium. It is T-Area 12, Sturgis 7. Quarterfinal round of the Class 11 AA state playoffs as a quarterback keeper for Brenner Conrad will get the football out towards the 33-yard line. T-Area in that opening quarter went 166 yards on 19 plays. Sturgis 6 plays, 45 yards. Score as it reads, though, 12-7. Sturgis with a nice play down the field on the offensive side on a pass to Jaden Blair that went for 40 yards, setting up a quarterback rushing touchdown for Aiden Hederman. For T-Area, Cole McKinney with an 8-yard touchdown run, and then Keegan DeYoung with a 5-yard touchdown run. Second down and 4 from the 33-yard line. This cold, blustery night here at Titan Stadium, it is a handoff for Riley Svanda, and Svanda will get a first down out towards the 25. Another nice carry, in T-Area just having no trouble at all rushing this football.
Yeah, 123 of those 166 yards in the first quarter were on the ground for the Titans, and that's really where they want to live. And I talked with Coach Koletsky from Sturgis before the game. He's like, we got to be able to stop their run. So far, the Scoopers have not been able to do that.
First down and 10 from the 26. Jerry Paleshi, Chad Berger, and Andrew Griffin joining you here from Titan Stadium. Conrad out of the shotgun. Two backs with him, a handoff for Keegan DeYoung, shakes off a defender, now steps over one. He's going to take off, makes a juke move inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Keegan DeYoung. 26 yards, his second rushing touchdown tonight.
And that was pretty much all Keegan DeYoung on that one. The Scoopers could have had him right at the line of scrimmage. He was able to make a couple guys miss. Awesome spin move, like you mentioned earlier. Kind of showing off some Tasmanian devil skills over here. But just spectacular moves there by DeYoung. An individual effort worthy of the score.
Break out the Madden controller. That's a highlight reel. Put it on the huddle page by the end of the night. Run for Keegan DeYoung. Griffin Wiebingo will try the point after. 0 for 2 on the night. Let's see if Griffin can get this one through. On the way, it is wide left. Oh, I thought he had that one. 18-7, 10:37 remaining first half. T-Area on top. Winner of this one travels to Yankton next week as part of the Class 11 AA playoffs here in South Dakota, of course. And the winner of that moves on to the friendly confines of the Dakota Dome for the state championship game.
22-yard touchdown by Keith.
Pierre's in action tonight, too, as their game from last night was postponed to tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. They started at 5 o'clock, if I remember correctly, and right now they're up 49-7 with about 5 minutes left in the third.
That against Spearfish.
So the winner of that game plays Watertown, because Watertown was able to defeat Aberdeen Central last night, 42-17. 11 AA. Two of the 4 games last night had to be postponed due to the weather conditions, but most of the other classes were able to get their games played.
There is one Class 11 AAA game that is being played here this evening, and Sioux Falls Lincoln has a lead over Rapid City Stevens 28-0 with 1 minute left to go in the first quarter at Howard Wood Field. Here's the kick. Short up in the air, returnable from Sully Jost. Jost rushing out to the right side is buried down to the turf by the special teams unit of T area. And a great job in coverage that time around for Dawson Eimers.
Down by number 13.
Yeah, and you mentioned it was a short kick, but it got good hang time, and the Titans coverage unit was able to use their speed and get downfield and stop the returner before he even got to the 25-yard line.
Sturgis with 45 offensive yards, 40 of which went through the air, 5 on the ground. I have a first down and 10 from the 24-yard line, 10 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 2-by-2 on the receivers and the quarterback, and Aiden Hederman standing out of the shotgun. He'll give the handoff, and a nice carry as bursting through the second level is Owen Udiger. Udiger is going to pick up about 6.
Owen Udiger.
Good job there by the scooper line on first down. We hadn't seen a whole lot of that, type of plays in the first quarter, so it's good to see that they have that available in their playbook.
Second down and 4 from the 30. 10 minutes even on the clock, second quarter. Snap, faking the handoff as Hederman keeps it himself, and Hederman is going to just push the pile forward and right near the first down marker, depending on the spot here, but based on where the far sideline official was coming in, he's going to be right at the first down marker.
Gain of 4.
A lot of times in high school and even college football, they kind of mark it right on the hashes, and so it's pretty easy to tell with these field turf fields, and the lines are painted on right now. They're not curvy like they were back in the day when we played on the dirt fields by this point in the season, so the officials can tell pretty easily if they made the sticks or not.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line. High snap. Hederman tried to give it off, but instead he has to keep it himself, and he's going to pay for it. Well, he was just swallowed up by Carter Turek.
For a loss by number 62, Charlie.
Yeah, that was one of those zone read type plays. The quarterback had the option to say, hey, if this guy's going to take the running back, I'll keep it. But the Titans had another guy there as well to take down the ball carrier.
Charlie Leslie was also in on the action, getting some reps on the defensive line. Second down and 12 from the 32. Udiger moving from the right side to the left side, and that's going to also prompt a timeout here from Sturgis.
Timeout, Scoopers. Their first
Scoopers will use their first timeout of the half, and they will do so with 8:47 on the clock, trailing 18-7. It was an interesting game the first time these two teams met. If you're just joining us, kind of recapped it earlier, but T-Area jumped out to a 6-0 lead. Sturgis then followed it up. They led 7-6, and then T scored 20 unanswered from then on out. Here tonight, T jumped out to what was a 6-0 lead. Sturgis went up 7-6, and now T kind of doing the same thing, but the point afters haven't necessarily been there. But it's almost like this script almost a script that I have in my hands of the opening game minus fumbles that these two teams played earlier this season.
And I think that's why Coach Koletsky called a timeout here, because this is a really big possession for the Scoopers. If they're not able to do something on this possession and give the ball back to the Titans have shown that they're able to just almost move the ball at will on the ground in this game.
Sturgis out of the timeout, second down and 12 from the 32-yard line under a full moon here at Titan Stadium. 2-by-2 on the receivers. Tailback to the left side is Udiger. He puts a man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Hederman keeps it. And Hederman down the right hash marks. He's going to pick up about 5 to 6. Good carry for Hederman.
Charlie Leslie for the Titans.
You mentioned the full moon, Jerry. There's a lot of Halloween parties going on this weekend. There's a lot of spooky stuff happening. Interesting, but I still love having high school football on a Friday night.
3rd down and 6 from the 38. Hederman looks over for the signal call on the far sideline. Back to throw, looking near side, zips it. It is caught and brought in. They're going to say it was a catch for Jost. Josh shakes off one and is stopped inside the 40-yard line.
Letterman's pass complete to number 22, Sully Jost.
So that is a tackle for Sam Wordle, who was also pointing down to the turf. I think he was trying to say that he was out of bounds.
Oh, it looked like
or that the ball was on the ground when he got the catch.
Yeah, I think Sturgis is fortunate there's no instant replay because it did look to me like it did hit the turf, but they can't go back and review it at this level, so call stands as called on the field.
1st down and 10. Hederman is hit right at the line of scrimmage as he tried to take off. Wordle, who was upset about the last play, well, he made good on this one. Sam Wordle with a tackle for a loss of 2.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up 2nd and 12 from the 40-yard line of the Titans.
Well, this is the kind of second time in a row here the Titans have got them on a loss on 1st down, and the Scoopers have been able to overcome that on the last couple, 2nd and longs that they've had. So we'll see if the Titans dial up something a little bit different here.
Deshack and Blair, the wide receivers, on the strong side of the field on the 2nd down and 12. Looking left side, though, is Hederman. He fires. It is through the hands of his intended target. It incomplete. So Sully Jost unable to bring it in, the sophomore. Just couldn't track the football. It came down right where it needed to be. But it is 3rd down.
Yeah, it seems like the Titans play a lot of that man coverage on the outside. The cornerbacks just turn and run with those guys, and if the receivers get a step like that and the pass is thrown appropriately, that's a decent play for the offense to connect, and that's been somewhat of an Achilles heel for the Titans so far this season.
Gavin Sundstrom checks in at wide receiver. It is 3rd down and long. 3rd and 12 from the 40-yard line. Clock stops, 6:59 remaining 2nd quarter. The tailback in Udiger moves over to the right side. He's supposed to be used as a blocker, but coming over and wrestling the football out of the hands. Do they call this down and incomplete? I believe so. But great coverage for Jessen Weavinga as Weavinga breaks up the play. The pass incomplete for Aiden Hederman.
And how many times this season, Jerry, have we seen Jessen Weavinga just come from his outside linebacker position and make a play? He's a really fast kid. You're not going to run away from him. And he was able to just get his hands on the quarterback and then knock the ball down, essentially.
It is 4th down. Sturgis lining up to punt the football away.
For the Scoopers. Shronda and Wordle to return for the Titans.
Aiden Hederman also is the punter for Sturgis. And this one almost blocked, but it's a line drive kick. And Sam Wordle will just let it go. Rolls inside the 15 and still going. Spotted at the 10.
Looked like it should have been blocked right there. Sturgis runs the punt formation with the 3 offensive linemen back as the personal protectors, and none of them even blocked the Titan that was running through. Looked like Charlie Leslie coming through there.
T-Area will take over 1st down and 10 from their own 10-yard line with 205 total offensive yards, 162 on the ground, 43 through the air. Titans have picked up 10 first downs already in this game. They take over with 6:41 remaining in the first half. 1st down and 10. Handoff DeYoung. And this time can't shake away from the defender as Zach Jules be credited with the stop.
Great job by Jules there. When the offensive linemen pull and they're in front of you as a defensive lineman, you're supposed to follow them. And it looks like Jules did a great job of that on the play. He was able to catch the running back, DeYoung, from the backside there.
2nd down and 9. from the 11-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side of the quarterback, and Conrad out of the pistol formation. Calls for it. Option play, flips it over. DeYoung with a stiff arm, gets a couple of extra yards because of it, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Trying to see exactly where they're going to spot this, but it looks like it's close to the 18-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and short.
Gain of 6 to the 17-yard line.
Titans love that speed option play where, out of the shotgun, they have Conrad just run out there, pitch it off that defensive end, and get the ball into space.
3rd down and 3. Here's a handoff, and Wordle with a carry. Sam Wordle with a 1st down.
Hand up the middle. Number 11, Sam Wordle.
Sam Wordle this season has rushed the football only 3 times. But in those 3 times that he has rushed the football, he's gone 35 yards. As long as being 25. Gets a carry here and makes it count, makes it a 1st down for T area.
I thought you were going to make me do the average there in my head, but I would have been okay with that one.
1st down and 10 from the 23. Conrad, play action. Pressure coming from Jules. He tucks the football. He's going to run and just trots his way out of bounds.
Keeper by number 15.
Jules did a good job there of getting some pressure on Conrad, but Conrad's got some speed for a big guy. He was able to get out to the edge and find a little bit of space and pick up a gain when it probably should have been a sack on that play.
Stops the clock at 4:51, 2nd quarter, 2nd down and 5 from the 28. Ellingson will cut out to the right side. Riley Svanda back to the right side. I formation, snap, and they'll give it to Svanda. Svanda just trying to get power left side on the run, and he has nowhere to go. Well, that is a big body on the inside for Sturgis that made that stop with Gunnar Sarkula. Sarkula is 220 pounds, and all he had to do was just plug the gap.
And did a spectacular job at it.
3rd down, 5 yards to go after the no gain. Just waiting for him.
Titans had good success earlier with a screen pass. We'll see if they go back to that.
Conrad under center. It's a man to jump. They reset. Here's the pitch, near side. Not a whole lot of room for Keegan DeYoung. He's hit out of bounds. It's going to be 4th down. DeYoung picks up 2.
Why run the toss play into the boundary on that one? You don't give your ball carrier much room at all, as you mentioned, to run. When we say the boundary, the ball was on the right hash, and so there's a big side, the wide side of the field and a short side of the field, and they essentially ran it into the short side of the field. So that might be the stop that Sturgis needs to turn the momentum here in the 2nd quarter.
And a big part of this, too, it stops the clock because DeYoung went out of bounds, 4:05. Remaining 2nd quarter. Here's a high snap, and they get the kickoff. Coming over and trying to get on the football, losing control. It's still loose, and T area might jump back on this. And they do. Titans football at the 35. Just an error of a read for Jost, and it will be 1st down and 10 for T area.
Yeah, all he had to do was catch the ball. A lot of times, seems like an easy game, Jerry. There's, just simple mistakes that happen, and that is a huge change of possession in this ball game.
Titans have it, 3:55 on the clock. Conrad looked to throw. Now he just tucks, and he's going to be hit and stopped. It's a big tackle for a loss as Brenner Conrad is brought back at the 38-yard line.
Also number 77, Zach Jules.
I'll give him an extra yard off of that to the 39.
Ball to the 41-yard line. 2nd and 15.
So it'll be 2nd down, 15 yards to go. Clock is rolling, 3:30 and counting. Werlinger now with a half of a tackle for a loss, 5 total tackles. Titans out of the shotgun. Conrad fakes the handoff, rushes out left side, and gets to the numbers and It's back to the original line of scrimmage. Be 3rd down and 10.
And, you know, with this field position and, you know, getting the turnover, this is really 4-down territory for the Titans. So I think they just wanted to get back, get it to a 3rd and manageable here, and then you have 2 downs essentially to pick up the 10 yards for the first down.
2:42, 2:41 and counting. Second quarter, Titans leading 18-7. Second opportunity on a drive thanks to an errant punt return or attempted return for Jost. Gave the football up. T jumped on it. Here's this 3rd down. Conrad looking down the field, nowhere to go. Comes out to the near side, fires, crosses body, incomplete for Tim Halber.
Yeah, a lot of times when Conrad starts running, he throws that kind of sidearm a little bit, and it can't get enough steam on it. He doesn't go over the top with like his normal throwing motion. And, you know, it just short hop the receiver on that one.
I think you may have seen it on the video stream here, but coming to that near sideline was Brenner Conrad, and he was frustrated. And part of that was because of exactly what you were describing was he's telling the coaches, and he knows exactly what he did. He didn't throw over the top.
Pretty simple game, Jerry.
Here's the punt on what was 4th and 10. And the Titans are going to masterfully put this one inside the 5-yard line. Beautiful punt from Riley Svanda.
Schwanda's punt rolls all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Well, here's a big opportunity for Sturgis. They were able to stop the Titans defensively 2 possessions in a row, essentially. Now, you know, they have 2 minutes left to try to do something here, but then they did defer the coin toss, so they're going to get the ball to start the second half. So there's potential here. You know, if you can put up a score before the end of the half, then get the ball back to start the second half, you know, get back in this ball game pretty quickly.
It's got a long way to go. It'll be 1st down and 10 from their own 3. And they have 2 minutes, 8 seconds to work with and 2 timeouts. Trailing 18-7. Sturgis on a 1st down and 10 from the 3. It's a direct snap and a rush to the right side. And pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, the Scoopers were just pinned back there so far that they wanted to give themselves a little bit of breathing room on that 1st down just to, you know, get out of the shadow of the end zone.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Clock is rolling, 1:45. Snap, another direct rush. Hit another 2 yards. So that time around, it's Jost again, and Jost will pick up another couple of yards. It's 3rd down. The clock is stopped at 1:30 because T area will elect to take a timeout.
Their first charge timeout of the first half.
Titans use their first timeout. We'll stop the clock here with 1:30 remaining in the second quarter. We'll see if they have a play here that might potentially get them the football back. They stop Sturgis, take a timeout, and make them punt the football away.
You know, interesting, Sturgis has had some success here early passing the ball. They hit a big play in the first quarter and then had a couple other ones just go off the hands of the wide receivers. So they've been able to do some good things through the air. I'm kind of surprised that, you know, this far away they're kind of going to that power formation and rushing the football. 3rd and 5, you know, obviously not a dire situation here, but you know, you'd think that the Scoopers want to pick up the 1st down and continue this drive.
Well, to your point, they're averaging 32 yards per pass play that is completed. Problem with that is Hayden Hederman is 2 of 6 passing. But when he's connected, they've been for big plays. 90 seconds remaining. It's 3rd down and 5 from their own 8. Hederman, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. And a penalty flag flies.
Looked like the Titans were moving around up front there, showing some blitz. Maybe they caused the Scoopers into a procedure penalty here.
Before the snap, False start on the offense. Third down.
False start penalty makes it 3rd down and 9.
Well, 3rd and 5, now 3rd and 9. Not ideal.
Jose is the tailback, lined up on the right side of the quarterback and Hederman. Hederman will feed it to him. Jose with a carry, finds some room, and is tripped up at the ankles. Open field stop for T area. Great job for Dawson Eimers.
For the Titans, timeout. T area, their second charge timeout for the first half.
Well, here's that timeout on what will now be 4th down and 5. So the Titans will stop the clock with 1:24 remaining in the first half.
And that was extremely well played there by the Titan defense. Fortunate to get the penalty in there as well, but really, Sturgis had an opportunity to maybe try to make something happen, and they went power the first couple downs. Probably not what I would line up and do against the Titans in that situation. I would probably spread it out, but on 3rd down they had a decent running play, but we're just so far back that they weren't able to convert.
T-area will send Sam Wordle. Riley Svanda back deep to return the punt. Svanda and Wordle are both standing at the 40-yard line. Hederman to punt the football away on this 4th down. He'll do so from about 5 yards deep in his own end zone. Gets the kickoff, and Wordle will take it from the 30-yard line. Wordle had to race up to get the football, and he's going to push his way forward towards the 20. Nice return for Sam Wordle in T area. We'll have it 1st down and 10 from just outside the 20-yard line with 1:19 left to go and 1 timeout. That worked out just as what Scott Fry would want.
Yeah, everything's kind of coming up roses here the first half for the Titans.
2 options in the backfield. It's Conrad will hand it off. Svanda with the carry, and he's going to get out to the 15-yard line. The clock is going to roll. 1:14, 1:13.
Carry by Shvanda, tackle by number 55.
Conrad having to run all the way back to the huddle after he was on the sideline. He will break the huddle at 1:02. It's 2nd down and 4 from the 15-yard line. Snap. Looking. Wants to throw. Does throw. Jump pass is caught. It is caught. Svanda with the catch at the 5-yard line. Stops the clock momentarily as they will reset with the 1st down. Really no need to move the chains, however. It's 1st and goal from the 5. Now the clock rolls. 42 seconds. Handoff. DeYoung straight down the gut, and did he get another one? He did. Touchdown for T area. Keegan DeYoung with a rushing touchdown again, and T area extends the advantage. It's 24-7. Three rushing touchdowns for Keegan DeYoung. Weaving going to attempt the point after. And the kick is up. This one is good. Crowd shows their approval for Weebinga, who knocks it through. It's 25-7 with 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
21 yards, 44 seconds off the clock.
Well, that entire series and the way that it unfolded, and even prior to the offensive series, from the time in which T-Area punted the football away, Riley Svanda put Sturgis inside their own 5-yard line. Sturgis having to punt the football. Wasn't a good kick. Sam Wordle gets him down to the 20-yard line, and then T-Area goes basically 3 plays, and Keegan DeYoung finds another touchdown. Can't draw that one up any better.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans are just having everything go their way tonight. Every time I think, oh, now Sturgis has an opportunity to get back into this thing, the Titans are just able to counter, and a play happens. So far in the second quarter, we've had, the Scoopers have muffed a punt, The Titans recovered it. Then they held him again. The Titans pinned him back deep. Then the Titans were able to stop him and then, force him to punt, and then were able to score a touchdown. So I feel like the Scoopers have had plenty of opportunities here in the second quarter.
Keegan DeYoung, 10 rushing attempts tonight, 76 yards, 3 touchdowns. Here's the kick and the return from the 10-yard line for Sturgis. And the carry for Jaden Blair, who's a dangerous player for Sturgis Brown. Blair will bring the football out to the 27. 29 seconds remaining, first half. Sturgis takes the football over, trailing 25-7.
7-yard line, first and 10 Scoopers.
When you say dangerous, you mean he has the potential for big
Yes,
plays.
he does.
Yes. And we've seen one
Speedy,
of those.
athletic,
Yep.
had a 40-yard catch earlier this half. And you could just sense every time that T has kicked the football off, he's wanted every opportunity that he could to try to return one. First down and 10 from the 27. So credit to the Titans special teams unit and the coverage unit. Hederman, quarterback draw, and not fooled is Sam Wordle. Tackle for a loss for Wordle back to the 25-yard line. It's a loss of 3.
Yeah, we've mentioned Wordle a lot this year. He's listed in the program at 178, but I don't think he weighs that much. He's a smallish guy, but he's a state champion wrestler. And when he gets his hands on you, you're going down to the ground. He's going to get that takedown every time.
Well, he's got 4 tackles tonight and a tackle and a half for a loss. And he has helped this T-area defense lead the way tonight. 25-7, your halftime score. T-area on top of Sturgis here in the Class 11 AA quarterfinal matchup. Coming up at the break, we'll have the stats from the first half and more. This is the T-Area Titans YouTube channel.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in South Dakota needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation: that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in South Dakota. This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the SDHSAA.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in South Dakota.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the SDHSAA, are the 29,000 high school sports and performing arts students in South Dakota. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Timeout!
All right! Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in South Dakota needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation: that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day: interscholastic sports in South Dakota. This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the SDHSAA.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in South Dakota.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the SDHSAA, are the 29,000 high school sports and performing arts students in South Dakota. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Timeout! All right! Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in South Dakota needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation: that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day: interscholastic sports in South Dakota. This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the SDHSAA.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in South Dakota.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the SDHSAA, are the 29,000 high school sports and performing arts students in South Dakota. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Timeout! All right! Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in South Dakota needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation.
Welcome back to Titans Stadium. Your halftime score, it is the Titans 25, Sturgis Browns 7. Jerry Paleshi, joined on the line side by Chad Berger. And the man that forgot to update the scoreboard, the Hall of Famer Andrew Griffin. We're happy to have you joining us here on this cold night here at Titans Stadium, where the fans are bundled up, some of which even went out to their cars as part of the halftime festivities to warm up a little bit. But the players are back out on the field, and we're just about 90 seconds away from the start of the third quarter. T-Area, 34 plays in the opening half for 246 yards. Sturgis, on the other hand, 18 plays for just 90 yards. 193 on the ground for the Titans, 29 total rushes, 12 carries for Sturgis for 26. The passing yards in favor of Sturgis, 64 to 53. Leading rusher for T-Area, you look at what he's done all season long, it has been Keegan DeYoung, and it's been the case here tonight. 10 carries, 76 yards, and 3 total touchdowns. Cole McKinney with 5 carries for 42. The quarterback, Brenner Conrad, 6 carries for 41 yards. Conrad throwing 3 of 5 passing for 53 yards. 1 catch to DeYoung for 22. 1 catch to McKinney for 21. 1 catch to Riley Svanda for 10 total yards. On the other side, for Sturgis, things started off really good for them. They actually held a 7-6 lead in the first quarter as Aiden Hederman connected on a big pass play to Jaden Blair for 40 yards. That set up a rushing touchdown for Aiden Hederman. And Hederman with 7 carries for 14 total yards and a touchdown. Throwing the football, though, he's 2 of 6 passing. 1 play for 40, Sully Jost with a catch for 24. That's the passing, that's the offense for Sturgis so far in this one. We're about 30 seconds away from the start of the third quarter. It's 25-7 T-Area. Everything has gone well for T. That second quarter extremely well for the Titans.
Really impressed with the Titans' defense in that second quarter. They really stepped up. made some key stops to keep Sturgis from getting back in the game and allowing their offense to get the ball back and put a couple more scores on the scoreboard.
25-7. As the Titans back out on their near sideline, having really no issues at all. Sturgis will look to find an answer.
Scoopers do get the ball to start the second half, so the Titans will kick off. Griffin Wiebinga is the kicker. A couple kickoffs, have been kind of line drives. The one got a little bit of airtime, and the Titans have had pretty decent coverage on all the kickoffs so far.
Titans, Wiebinga will kick off from left to right, and the wind here tonight, at least walking into the stadium, I didn't go out at halftime like you, Chad, so you might be able to fix this, but it is, I believe, going at the back of T area as they kick off.
It is.
So they will be going with the wind. Here on this kickoff, Sturgis will go into it. 3 back deep for the Scoopers. And here we go on this cold, frigid night. Winner moves on to take on Yankton. Third quarter just about set to get underway. Wiebinga kicks the football, returnable from the 14-yard line. Is finding a seam down the far sideline and just jumping out of bounds across the 30. And return that time for Jaden Blair.
I think they got him out right on the 29.
Returned by Blair across the 20-yard line.
Do have a final in the other 11 AA game tonight. Pierre defeats Spearfish 49-26. So they will host the semifinal game.
A first down and 10 for Sturgis on the 29-yard line. Ederman, the quarterback, 2 of 6 passing for 64 yards. Brings his offense out onto the field after going just 90 yards in the first half. 2-by-2 on the receivers. Ball on the right hash. And a handoff and nowhere to go for the Scoopers.
Handoff to Udiger up the middle. Brought down
Carry for Udiger,
Sam Wordle, and number 38,
who entered tonight
Tight.
as a leading rusher for Sturgis throughout the course of this season. Udiger 418 yards total entering this evening, and that is his third carry. He has 6 yards. Second down and 10. 3 receivers stretch out on the strong side of the field this time with the ball on the right hash on a second down and 10. Puts a man in motion. Swing pass is caught right at the 25-yard line. And stretching out to the 30 is Jost.
Number 22, Sully Jost.
Yeah, I really like that play where you have the trips formation on one side to the open side, then you motion the back out there to give 4 receiver look. A lot of times what happens is the inside safety will kind of follow that running back out, and you can hit that inside receiver on a slant, and he has quite a bit of room underneath to run on that one. So we'll see if they come back with that later on this game.
Blair and Deshock will head off to the right side. The 2 wide receivers in that area, they put a man in motion. That's Blair. Back to pass on this third down and 8. Firing to the near side, incomplete. Really not even an opportunity there for Sturgis for Gavin Sundstrom. Wasn't even looking back towards the football. Tim Halber was in coverage for the Titans.
Well, the Titans have come really close to blocking a couple of these punts. It looks like they've been bringing guys off of the left edge of the defense or of the return team. And so we'll see if Sturgis was able to make some modifications at halftime to kind of shore up some of that blocking.
4th down and 8 from the 31. Hederman will look to punt from about the 15-yard line. Pressure coming. T almost got to it. High up in the air. Hederman's kick not going very far. Racing up to get the football is Wordle, and he'll field it at the 45-yard line, falling down to the turf.
Wordle returns, no gain.
That was a great catch there by Wordle. Awesome concentration for him to be able to make that catch on the run, kind of like an outfielder coming in to field a fly ball.
We first down and 10 for T area at the Sturgis 45-yard line. Svanda will set up on the right side as Conrad goes under center. DeYoung at fullback. Svanda goes in motion now to the left. First down and 10, handoff. And T trying to find some form of room with Riley Svanda, and he is hit, blindsided hit from Aiden Werlinger. Werlinger just popped straight into the gap, and I don't think Riley saw him at all.
Cody Peterson, the right tackle, was trying to block him on that one, but Cody goes 6'3", but he's only 206 pounds, so I think he gave up a little bit of size on that one to the defender.
Second down and 10. McKinney this time off left. Brenner Conrad under center, stands up for a moment, goes back under. Goes with the option play. He keeps it, has room down the left side. Now he pitches it, and taking off is Svanda. Svanda out to the 20-yard line, cuts inside, needs another block on the outside, gets it, and he's going to go. It's a touchdown for T-Area. Late penalty flag will come out, but a 45-yard rushing touchdown for the Titans.
Downfield by Conrad. Flag at the end of the play.
Here's the call.
Personal foul on the defense, number 13. Where do you?
Call is on Jaden Blair.
On the kickoff.
And the Titans will put the 15-yard penalty on the kickoff.
What a play by Conrad on that one. I mean, he waited to pitch that thing until he was about 12 to 15 yards downfield and then was able to make the pitch. A lot of times you lose your relationship with the back on that one. So great job keeping that pitch relationship.
Svanda will get credited on the rushing touchdown. Weebinga's kick is good, and 9:31 remains here in the third quarter. It's the Titans 32, Sturgis 7. So that play for Riley Svanda, now he has 6 total rushing attempts for 61 yards and a touchdown. They give him the 38 yards on the rushing touchdown. Brenner Conrad, 7 carries for 48 yards. So the stats crew doing their job, doing it the right way off the pitch, where Svanda took over, 38 yards on the official count for the rushing touchdown. And you brought up not only waiting on the pitch for Conrad, but what a heads-up play from Riley Svanda to cut inside, see that he had a blocker on the outside, and then follow that propelled him to the end zone.
Yeah, and use the speed to cut all the way across the field. I mean, I know if you or I ran that far, we'd be sucking some serious wind right now. So good job for him, to utilize that speed and his endurance and everything else. And now, the Titans with that penalty, there's a lot of things that they can do with this kickoff.
We'll see what the Titans elect to do if they try to do anything special. Leading 32-7 with 9:31 left third quarter. Weebinga will set his kickoff coverage team. Looks about as normal as what it typically is, and they'll kick off from the 45-yard line. He approaches, he just kicks the ball deep, and it will go straight into the end zone for the touchback. On this cold night, we thank you for joining us here tonight on the T-Area Titans YouTube channel, including the Petersons and the Powells. The Renchlers joining us tonight. I've heard from quite a few people. Thanks for joining us here this evening. And hopefully you're staying warm. It is actually kind of chilly in this press box, but I ain't complaining because I'm not in the elements.
I've got a friend in Watertown that's watching the game. I've got a friend in Colorado watching the game tonight. So all over the country.
It's a beautiful part about having the live streams nowadays is that you have people that tune in from all over and you just never know where. First down and 10 for Sturgis from the 20-yard line. If you're a Sturgis fan, thanks for joining us and joining our broadcast tonight. Here's a rush for the quarterback and Hederman. And Hederman take 3 bodies to come over and get the official stop. Hederman, the forward progress, will net 3.
17, Tyler Reed, number 55 here at Weebinga. Gain of 4 brings up second.
Titans doing a really good job there of wrapping up. And then, the third defender that came in there had an opportunity to make a big hit, but it was a smart play by the Titan defender to not, get a penalty on that one.
Second down and 6 on the 24-yard line. 2-by-2 on the receivers. 8:53 and counting third quarter. Hederman looks over at the far sideline. Back to pass, looking far side. Tux tries to run, and he's tackled down at the 20-yard line. Penalty flag flies, but a beautiful tackle for DeBoer.
A little mustard on the lettuce.
Usually in that position, it's typically an offensive holding penalty.
So the tackle would be back at the 20, which would be a loss of 4. It would set up a 3rd down and 10. And I think they're going to decline this, Chad, because, well, otherwise, if I'm that defensive lineman and DeBoer, I'm kind of sitting there going, no, please, give me that tackle for a loss and that sack. And there it is. They will decline. Sturgis is moving backwards, I think, kind of hoping that it would be called and accepted. Instead, it will be 3rd down instead of 2nd down.
Yeah, you don't always want to base your decisions on, a kid's stats during a game.
Right.
But, in this situation, a 3rd and 9 is probably a better situation than a 2nd and 14. You have that 3rd down position.
Our head official just confirming the down before. 3rd down and 9 from the 21. Here's a snap back to throw. Hederman jailbreak on the coverage, and wow, what coverage put on by Dawson Eimers. He just sat back, waited for that football to go exactly where he thought it would, which was to Jost, and he jumps up and gets the tackle.
Yeah, not much more I can say on that one. Eimers just with a spectacular tackle, almost a textbook form tackle right there, getting his head in front, wrapping up, and driving those feet, taking him down to the ground.
Oh, and what's beautiful about it, too, for Eimers is that he did exactly what he needed to do, which was just kind of stay home and wait for it as the punt almost blocked. Line drive kick, takes a bounce across the 40-yard line to the 45. You see when kids have an opportunity sometimes, especially when you have that step in that defensive line. It looked like they were trying to set up a screen for Sturgis, and nothing was there. And for Eimers to just sit there and wait, knowing that the attempt is to try to get to the running back in Jost, where he – in any other situation sees, oh, man, quarterback's in trouble, let me take off. He read that perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, by this point in the season, these kids have seen all these situations. They're well coached. These two teams have already played this season. They've got enough film on each other, and they've seen enough that, the coaching staff has done a great job of instilling that discipline and those fundamentals in these kids by this point.
1st down and 10 for T area as they take the football over at the 46-yard line with 7:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They lead 32-7. Conrad, the quarterback, off the snap, hands it off. Svanda with the carry, just goes straight north-south, and he's going to pick up nice yardage here, a gain of 9, setting up a 2nd down and 1.
So we had National Tight End Day last week. The Titans are actually unique because T area does not have a tight end on their roster. There's no tight end position in their offense. But this would be a good play to run a little play-action pass to a receiver right up the middle, get those linebackers to bite up and see what they can do.
2nd down and a yard. Svanda in motion from right to left. Stands next to the quarterback, Conrad, and it will be a quarterback keeper. Conrad, 1st down, hit at the 35-yard line, then push backwards for a moment. But it is the forward progress that nets the 1st down. Great carry for Brenner Conrad.
Or like I said, just run your big quarterback right up the middle. That's what I was talking about.
Titans just taking their time here with the clock rolling, 6:53 to go, 3rd quarter.
We've seen several times, Conrad has to sprint over to the sideline, get the play, bring it all the way back out to the huddle. When the ball's on that left hash, that visiting hash, he does put some decent yardage in running just back and forth from the sideline during the game.
2 receivers right side. Halber, the lone receiver, off to the left. 2 backs on this 1st down and 10. A handoff and a carry, just jumping through a seam is McKinney for a 1st down. McKinney out to the 24-yard line. It's interesting to now talk about the fact that we've been mentioning it throughout the course of the season of what Brenner Conrad has to do and coming to the near sideline going back. But you know what? After this whole thing with Michigan, maybe it's not a bad idea. Maybe you don't want to signal things in.
I don't know what to say on that one. Other teams do it. There's wristbands. There's different things you can do to switch that up. But the Titans they play old school here. They like to just have Conrad come over and get the play from the sideline.
1st down and 10 from the 24-yard line. We don't need to put the pressure on the ticket takers here at Titan Stadium. Out of the I formation, handoff, and a nice run straight down the middle. Touchdown Titans. Sam Wordle on the carry for 24 in the score.
Sam Wordle.
What's his average? That his 5th carry on the season?
That is.
Wow, he's got to be up there around, 15, 16 yards a carry now.
Sam Wordle, that is his first rushing touchdown of the season. He has 2 carries for 30 yards here tonight.
First one was for a first down. That one was for a touchdown.
38-7. Conrad is on both knees. He is directing Wordle, who just had that touchdown rush to go to the other side of the line. Now here's the setup on the point after, and the kick is good. 5:48 remaining, third quarter. It is the Titans 39, Sturgis 7, Class 11 AA quarterfinal matchup here from Titan Stadium and on the T Area Titans YouTube channel. Four plays, 46 yards, minute 57 taken off the clock as Sam Wordle gets in on the rushing touchdown party tonight. Wordle goes for 24 yards, 2 carries, 30 yards for Wordle, and it's 39-7 T Area. Winner moves on to take on Yankton in Yankton coming up next Friday night. Weaving good to kick from left to right. 3 back deep for Sturgis. This game originally scheduled to take place last night, but due to winter weather out west, teams were not able to make it out here. Another one that was affected was Rapid City Stevens, who's playing Lincoln tonight at Howard Wood Field. Nowhere for the return for Blair to go, and he's going to be stopped at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, but Blair, he's an explosive player. The Titans have done a great job on coverage and special teams tonight to just kind of keep him contained so that he does not have one of those explosive plays.
At one point in this game, it was 7-6 Sturgis, and that was in the first quarter. Since that time, T Area has taken full control, leading 39-7.
That's 33 unanswered if you're scoring at home.
First down and 10 from the 16-yard line. 3 receivers on the right side. Hederman out of the shotgun. High snap, quick pass, incomplete. Pass intended for Holt.
Hederman's pass intended for Holt, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10, 16-yard line.
So the 32-point lead. Any other score here for T, if Sturgis does not score, will get the clock running and the mercy rule.
It's cold. It's cold out here, Jerry, but it's not raining. I mean, it's.
This is better than what it was a couple weeks ago. High snap, pressure coming, quick pass caught over the middle, and a first down and more for Sturgis on the reception for Udiger. Udiger all the way out to the 40-yard line. The Titans had nobody in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's similar play to what they tried to run last series, but this one, a little bit better blocking downfield. They had their blocks set up and excellent timing on that one too. The Titans defensive line didn't recognize it right away, and good first down pickup by the Scoopers.
It's the largest play for Sturgis since they completed a pass to Jost for 25 yards in the first half. First down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Hederman now 5 of 11 passing for 89 yards. He'll keep it himself on this first down and 10. Down the right side on the numbers. Crosses midfield and spun around and flopped down to the ground at the 43.
By Hederman, tackle for the Titans.
I believe that was Christensen.
Tim Hulber.
Got over there on a stop along with Hulber.
Gain of 17, Ray Hederman Ball into Titan territory.
So it'll be first down and 10. Sturgis moving.
48-yard line. 43-yard line.
Now marked from the 43, 4:41 remaining third quarter. Hederman to throw, pressure coming. Fires it, incomplete. Pass intended on the outside, and a penalty flag flies. He was looking for Dalen DeShock.
Pass, incomplete, flag at the end of the play.
Yeah, it looked like the receiver and the defensive back kind of started little hand fighting type of stuff down the field, and the receiver actually kind of gave up on the route and didn't realize the ball was coming his way. There is no uncatchable rule in high school football, so if there's contact downfield and the officials deem that the defense caused that, then they'll call that every time.
And that will be the second pass interference penalty charged against T-Area tonight.
Number 13, 15 yards.
This time it's charged on Eimers. The first one was charged against Christensen.
Well, the Scoopers are putting together a nice little drive here, trying to put some points on the board.
Titans with 3 penalties for 40 yards. First down and 10 from the 28. Hederman goes with the play action, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. I thought the ball may have popped out there for a moment. It did not. Hederman holds on to it, but it will be second down and long.
Sam Wordle, when he blitzes, like I said earlier, when he gets his hands on you, you're going down to the ground. So he's got tremendous speed, and when they decide to blitz him, he does a good job of sneaking through there and making plays in the offensive backfield.
Jacob Youngye also helping him out. Second down and 14 from the 32. Wordle now 8 tackles for 2.5 for a loss. Add in a rushing touchdown, not a bad night. Second and 14 from the 32. Back to throw is Hederman, pressure coming. Lobs it down the field. This is incomplete. Pass intended for DeShock.
Intended for number 14, Dalen Shock. Incomplete.
Yeah, DeShock just kind of had to wait for it a little bit. It was over his outside shoulder. That's a tough one to catch. Almost made a spectacular play, but wasn't quite able to drag it in.
Well, Sturgis feels like they've seen something here a couple of times, because that's now twice on this drive that they've gone exactly to the same spot, same play. Third down and 14 from the 32, and a timeout coming in on the field. Timeout for Sturgis. First used timeout of this second half on either side. 3:39 remaining third quarter, 39-7. Titans on top.
Are you ready for some trash talk? We're talking about RBS.
That was interesting, Jerry, because the Scoopers broke the huddle and sprinted out to the line, and then weren't satisfied with what they got, so they ended up calling a timeout.
Sioux Falls Lincoln leading Rapid City Stevens 49-14. That at halftime at Howard Wood Field. Pierce defeated Spearfish tonight 49-26, which will set up a Watertown Pier matchup coming up next Friday night. As long as T-Area holds on, they will travel to Yankton next Friday. Winner of those 2 games goes to the Dakota Dome Friday, November 10th, 7 o'clock, the start time for the Class 11 AA championship this season. The Saturday of the state football championships this year will only feature one game. That is the Class 11 AAA championship. Reason for that, the University of South Dakota has a home game that day against North Dakota, which should be another potential top 10 matchup, depending on what happens over the next couple of weeks. We'll see. Third and 14 from the 32. Here's a keeper for Hederman down the field, has a one man to beat. He slips away from him. Halber comes over, and Halber will just slow down Hederman enough to where Eimers can finish the job on the tackle, but it is now Sturgis threatening first and goal from the 10.
Great job by Hederman there of just finding that gap and using his speed, breaking a couple tackles along the way and getting it inside the 10-yard line.
3 minutes, 20 seconds and counting, third quarter. DeShock slot receiver to the right side. Joining him is Blair. Ball in the middle of the field, 2 receiver options off on the left. Here's a handoff given left side and room to work with. Halber with the tackle, the touchdown-saving tackle, as Udiger with the carry gets half of what he needed.
Gain of 6. Second and goal.
Second down and goal from the 4. Hederman tried to hand the football off. He is going to just be pushed backwards for a stop for T-Area. Great job. The inside again, that's Jacob Youngye and company.
Yeah, the Scoopers pulled their left guard over to the right side that time, and Youngye just said, hey, I'm going to follow him. I'm going to get in that offensive backfield, and I'm going to mess some stuff up back there. And that he did.
It's a loss of 3. It makes it third down and goal from the 7. Fans making noise here at Titan Stadium. 1 in motion. Hederman to pass over the middle. It is caught. Touchdown. DeShock with the reception for the touchdown. And Sturgis scores for the first time since the first quarter.
Well, I don't want to say I told you so, Jerry, but that was that thing I talked about earlier where you motion the back out and then run the slant to the inside receiver. Looked like it was well executed on that play by the Scoopers.
39-13. And interesting to note, the quarterback and Aiden Hederman went off on the far sideline. So it'll be Jost to attempt the point after, and it's not even anywhere close as it's partly blocked. 1:48 remaining, third quarter, 39-13. The new score, T-Area on top here on the T-Area Titans YouTube channel. Big drive for Sturgis as they go down the field. They get the touchdown on the reception. And Sturgis on the point after, no good. As Jost had to attempt the point after. But it all set up off the pass that was connected for Dalen DeShock. 7 yards on the third and goal from the 7-yard line. Hederman now 6 of 13 passing for 96 yards and a touchdown. Onside kick. The Titans will get on the football at the 35-yard line. Eimers comes up out of the bottom of the pile.
Recovery for the Titans, number 13, Dawson Eimers, brought down by.
So I've been doing a lot of research on onside kicks since last week, Jerry. We saw a weird play at the end of the game last week against Watertown. I ended up finding out that it was what's called a pop-up kick. It's a player safety issue. The kicking team's not allowed to kick it directly into the ground and have the ball go above the shoulder height of anyone on the field. At that point, it becomes a dead ball. And so that's what we saw last week. So I was kind of watching and talking to officials all throughout the week about onside kick situations.
First down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Conrad able to save the football from going outside of his hands, flings it over for Keegan DeYoung, and DeYoung is still battling for yardage. Penalty flag flies at the 41.
Tackle by number 13, Jaden Blair.
See what the call is here. It's on the far side of the field. And the Titans are moving backwards. Holding. It is a hold.
Gain of 9 on the initial play, holding the Titans.
That holding penalty will be marked off from the 41.
Block in the back, 14 blue, 10 yards,
Call it on Cole McKinney.
still first down.
They'll put the football at the 31.
Yeah, a lot of times when those plays kind of bounce to the outside, the defenders turn around a little bit, and the offensive guys get caught in positions they don't necessarily want to be in.
Be first and 15 from the 31-yard line. Two receivers right side, Conrad, snap, and the give. Now you carry, a nice carry for McKinney. I say that because he had to slip away from two defenders. He's still going to net about 4. It's always something when you have to kind of shuffle a little bit where you're square to your own sideline. That's what McKinney had to do there for just a couple of steps.
Yeah, they call those guys skill position guys. They have to have a little bit of agility and some athleticism to be able to make some of the plays that they do.
Second down and 11. Two backs with Conrad. Now go with the option. He flips it over. It's Wordle on the carry this time, and Wordle with another first down.
Option pitch to the outside. Number 11,
I think he might have stepped out of bounds a yard short here, Jerry.
Gain of 11 to the 45-yard line. Brings it
Looks like it'll be a 3rd and 1 on this one. Wordle was averaging 13 yards per carry on the season before that run. That one was about 9 yards or so.
See if they give it back to him. They don't. The power rush to the left side for a first down. Keegan DeYoung with the carry. Move the sticks again for T area.
Tackle by number 13, Jaden Blair.
Titans want to pound the ball here. 37 seconds left in the quarter. Just run out the clock and see if we can take it into the fourth quarter.
Clock is at 30 seconds. Scott Fry is on the near sideline. He's talking with the officials here to see if the clock will indeed run out or if they will have to run a play. And the official indication was just given that the third quarter can come to an end. 3 quarters in the books here from Titan Stadium. It is T Area 39, Sturgis 13 on the T Area Titans YouTube channel.
That everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming.
So the fourth quarter here from Titan Stadium, 39-13. T-Area on top of Sturgis. Winner moves on to take on Yankton. Titans led the football, first down and 10 from the 48. Jerry Palescia here, joined by Chad Berger, Andrew Griffin, our on-site producer, engineer, making sure the YouTube channel is up and running and all good. And the score, as it reads, 39-13. Titans with 360 total offensive yards compared to 161 of Sturgis. On this first down and 10, as the fourth quarter starts, Conrad to throw, has a man down the field. He's looking for Ellingson. A penalty flag flies. It's incomplete. Ellingson was tied up on the outside
Incomplete flag at the line of
with
scrimmage.
Tegan Wormstad.
Unfortunately for the Titans, one of the offensive linemen was about 5 yards downfield there.
I suppose you can't do that. There's plenty of times where that penalty was called on Chad Berger during his high school and college career, I'm sure.
I was wide open every time, Jerry.
Every time,
Every
I'm
time.
sure. And that's a conversation you have when you go to the sideline, right? It's just, hey, coach, I was wide open. He should have thrown me the ball.
It's hard sometimes.
You can't even. You don't have anything. It's happened. How many times has that called on you?
I've never had that called on me before. No, I was a very.
I'd say let's go to the archives of the South Dakota High School Activities Association record books on the penalties and everything, but I think that stops prior to 1996.
Yeah. Well.
On the offense. Decline. Second down.
You know, we had tapes back then. I don't think you can even buy a machine anymore to play tapes. So even if someone has those old tapes laying around, it would be difficult to watch the footage.
Second down and 10 from the 48. 3 receivers right side, not going to matter as Brenner Conrad fakes the handoff to DeYoung, and Conrad's just going to have to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
By Conrad, brought down by number 6, Tegan Wormstead.
Jules Wormstead, Terrence Laura, all over there for Sturgis.
3rd and 10.
Not fooled that time around, but it will be 3rd down.
And that was an interesting call. You know, Coach Koletzki over there decided to decline the penalty, make it 2nd down, trusting his defense here to try to get a stop. So we'll see if the Scoopers can come up with that stop on 3rd down.
So the Titans on the near sideline kind of blocking the view. I thought Conrad got back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like he got a little bit more than that. It's 3rd down and 7. Conrad flips it. On the pass, it's caught. McKinney, far sideline, gets the 1st down and is spotted at the 36.
Conrad's pass complete to McKinney across the 40-yard line. Good enough for a Titan 1st down.
Great play design there by the Titans, able to sneak McKinney out into the soft spot in the zone there. There was no defenders over in that area, and he was just able to make a play and pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10. The ball officially marked at the 35-yard line. McKinney will be set up on the left side. Conrad under center. DeYoung straight behind him. They put McKinney in motion. Here's the give. And a carry for Svanda, and Svanda is going to pick up 9.
Hand up at the middle by Riley Svanda. Tackle made by number 77, Zach Jules.
Svanda just a yard short. 2nd and 1. So far in the night for him, 8 rushes for 79 yards. He also has a rushing touchdown.
Score update in 11 AAA in Sioux Falls, Lincoln 56, Rapid City Stevens 14. That's in the 3rd quarter, so that'll be a running clock the rest of the way for that one.
Is anybody going to stop Lincoln this year out of AAA?
No.
I haven't looked at the official totals, but I know they have outscored their opponents by roughly about 40 points a game, and that's not even an over-exaggeration. They have been unstoppable this year. DeYoung on the carry, 2nd down and 1, 1st down, out towards the 20. Another nice carry for Keegan DeYoung.
Carry by number 8, Keegan DeYoung.
I was at home last night watching the results of the other scores. It kind of ended up going chalk in both the top 2 classes of the state here. You know, the higher seeded teams ended up winning all the way through. AAA and AA. Obviously Watertown beat Aberdeen Central last night. Yankton won their matchup. So this is the pretty much the only game that is left to any question. But the Titans are driving right now.
1st down and 10 from the 22. Svanda in motion. Handoff given. And a nice burst up the middle for Keegan DeYoung. DeYoung is going to be stopped short of the goal line, and they're going to mark him at the 6. Thought he had a little bit more than that, but DeYoung is down on the ground for the Titans.
Obviously not what T-Area wants to see at this point in the game. Having your leading rusher go down at the end of a decent carry there, I think it'll be 1st and goal, correct?
It will be.
Okay, for the Titans. Hopefully it's just something that he can shake off here and pop back up. But, at this point in the season, these guys have been through a lot. Their bodies have taken a beating all year, and injuries are unfortunate, but they do happen. So hopefully Mr. DeYoung is okay.
Keegan DeYoung approaching 1,000 yards rushing this season. Entered tonight with 842. He's got 99 total. Puts him at 941. Of course, if you add the receiving yards that he's done all year long, he's well over that mark, but he has been the main catalyst of this offense for the Titans.
Yep, he's up and he's walking off under his own power. Good sign for the T area sideline here.
When play resumes, it will be first down and goal from the 7. There's 9 minutes and 5 seconds remaining.
I was just going to mention, if our friend Jason Andera is watching, Keegan DeYoung putting in his bid for the player of the week this week. Couple touchdown runs. He was nearing 100 yards right there, so great game for DeYoung.
Add in the 2 catches for 27. They'll tend to him on the near sideline. It is first and goal from the 6. McKinney in motion from left to right. The give. Svando with the carry. Cuts right side, trying to get to the numbers, and he's going to be stopped at the 4.
Hand off Shavonda up to the right side.
Yeah, I'd like to see Riley kind of tuck that ball a little bit. He had it hanging out there when he made that cut. An opportunistic defense will take advantage of that. So Riley's really got to work on controlling and securing that football.
He's second down and goal from the 4. So far tonight, DeYoung with the 3 rushing touchdowns. Svando with 1, McKinney with 1, Wordle with 1.
None for Conrad?
None for Conrad yet. He has 9 carries for 53. Conrad will hand it off the right side, and another pickup of 2. That's Jessen Wiebinga that had the carry this time around. And Wiebinga will make this third down and goal, but a very late penalty flag, I think, just flew.
Usually that's not a good situation. Probably an unsportsmanlike conduct type penalty.
Gunnar Sarkula, the nose tackle for Sturgis, just picked the ball up and handed it to the official.
After the play, unsportsmanlike, number 4, White.
They call the penalty on Gavin Sundstrom.
Yeah, you got to keep your cool in a situation like that. It's frustrating, being down, not being able to stop the run, but there's a lot of things that get said out there on the field, and sometimes you just have to be very careful because something might get said to you, but you say something back, and the official happens to be standing right there at the wrong moment.
Third down and goal from the 2 following the penalty. The tailback is Wiebinga. McKinney off on the left. Conrad goes with the option play, tries to flip it back for McKinney. He has to pick it up at the 10-yard line, spins away from 1 tackle, but he's hit and dropped by 2 defenders.
Fumble play recovered by McKinney. There is a flag on the field.
Penalty flag is out, but it will be 4th down, depending on the call. It'll be 4th down and goal from the 12, at least based on where the official is standing.
Legal motion on the offense. Declined. 4th down.
Sturgis will elect to decline the penalty, setting up a 4th down and goal from the 12, and here comes Griffin Wiebinga. Wiebinga will attempt what will be a 30-yard field goal from the right hash. On its way, and the kick is short. Score will remain 39-13 with 7 minutes and 14 seconds remaining.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble on the snap for that one for the Titans. it looked like Conrad had to reach forward and pull the snap back, messed up the timing a little bit, and Wiebinga wasn't able to quite hit that ball correctly.
Just after what we've seen tonight from the point after attempts, and Wiebinga knocking down a couple of those but missing the first couple, you just feel like with the snaps the way that they are, that group between Tapia, Conrad, Wiebinga, we put in some extra work this week.
I would think so, or the Titans will shift their focus and maybe start going for two after touchdowns. I don't know exactly what the right answer is.
Sturgis takes a shot on a 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line, and the Sturgis crowd wants a penalty for pass interference. They're not going to get it with the pass intended for Miller.
Yeah, there was not really any contact up top with the receiver. It looked like maybe the feet got tangled up a little bit, but that's not an intentional play by the defender. It's just, a chance circumstance type thing, and so the officials can't really call anything on that type of play.
2nd down and 10 from the 20. Two by two on the receivers. Hederman with a man in motion. Play action. Wants the screen, sets it up on the left side, and plenty of room and distance to work with. Udiger with the reception, burst his way down the field, across midfield to the 40-yard line, and he's stopped from behind by Jessen Wiebinga.
We have a flag way back here in the backfield.
There is one, down at the 21.
It was a great play design there by the Scoopers. Excellent execution. Unfortunately, though, they had a penalty on the play.
Takes the big pass play off the board. Said it's going to be 2nd down and long.
Number 67 on the offense.
They call it on Connor Schmidt, who is a junior left tackle this season for Sturgis.
I have had a few of those in my career, Jerry, holding penalties.
2nd down and 19 from their own 11. Two by two on the receivers. Hederman to throw. Launches. Far sideline, incomplete. Well over his intended target in Yost. See, the thing is, though, Chad, I was waiting for the follow-up of your statements, and I have had a few of those, of you turning around and saying what every offensive lineman says after that, which is, but I never held.
just on every play. It was kind of funny. So I played college football with Chris Koletzky, the Sturgis head coach, and we were talking during pregame warm-ups, and someone came up and said, who were some of the studs on your team back in the day? And the first name out of Chris's mouth wasn't Chad Berger. So I don't know if we're friends anymore. I'm not quite sure.
I guess not.
Yeah, what was going on with that?
3rd down and 19 from their own 11. Hederman back to throw. Going to take another deep shot, and it's incomplete. This time over his intended target in Byron Holt. Well, you look at Sturgis, though, Chad, and you look at wins against Rapid City Central and Mitchell, St. Thomas More, Belfouche, Douglas, Spearfish. Their losses against T, Huron, Aberdeen Central. It's not been very often over the course of really what has been 30 years where you could say Sturgis is a 6-3 football team entering tonight.
Yeah, Coach Koletzky's done a great job since he's taken over. I think they had a record in there where they lost a lot of games. And for him to bring this program back to a 6-win squad, that's pretty impressive.
A broken play, but still a punt for Hederman. That will be downed at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, bad snap. Hederman didn't know what he wanted to do, thought he might want to run, stopped, decided to punt. It's an interesting game here tonight.
T will take over 1st down and 10 from the 47.
1st and 10.
Titans so far in this one with 396 offensive yards. You mentioned the losing streak for Sturgis. It was a 79-game losing streak that basically went on from 1996 to 2007, if I'm not mistaken. So here's a handoff and a give. And a carry from McKinney, and McKinney's going to pick up 6. You look at over that time frame, and that streak went from 1997 to 2006. So it was off a year on both sides, but 79 games in a row. It's a long time for Sturgis. And again, you brought up with what Koletsky has done for this program over the last couple of years. It's really good to see them continue on and just continue to build. 2nd down and 4 from the 41. Obviously a tough night tonight running into what is a very strong Titan team. Sfonda gets a carry and going to pick up a yard.
Clock's ticking away here down to under 5.5 minutes to go. The Titans obviously want to continue to kind of run the ball and run out the clock, but Keegan DeYoung, their main fullback, their main ball carrier, is out of the game, and so they're trying to figure out who's going to step up and make a play here on the ground for the Titans.
In that first game that these two teams played against each other, T-Area ran a total of 65 offensive plays. Timeout will be taken for T. But 65 offensive plays were ran by the Titans in that first game this season. Here tonight, Titans have ran 55 plays for 403.
And we still have, over 5 minutes to go here, or just under 5 minutes, it looks like, 4:49 left.
Let's all promote good sportsmanship.
It's interesting, the plays are, number of plays is good, but it's what you do with the plays a lot of times that really matters. And the Titans have really done a good job tonight of optimizing their plays. As you mentioned, they're 400 yards in those plays. That's a pretty decent yards per play average. What is that? Just under 8 yards per play ish.
They've had 7 different rushers here tonight. DeYoung, of course, leading the way with 13 total carries for the 99 yards and 3 touchdowns. 3 receivers off the passes from Brenner Conrad. He's 5 of 8 passing for 71. But defensively, you look at Sam Wordle and what he's done. 8 total tackles to lead the team, 3 for a loss. And they credited him with the fumble recovery off the punt that went through the hands of Yost. Here's the 3rd down and 3 from the 40. Option play. Conrad keeps it. And Conrad's going to be shy of a first down.
Keeper up the middle by
Werlinger with the shoelace tackle for Sturgis. Be 4th down and a yard.
Looks like the Titans are going to go for it. If I had to guess, I'd say they either go back to that speed option or maybe just run a quarterback sneak in this situation.
4th and 1 from the 38. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to play. Titans will go out of the shotgun. Conrad keeps it. 1st down and more. As he gets to the 30-yard line looking for an outside block, he's trying to push Ellingson for the block, and Conrad will get to the 20-yard line.
Picks up the 1st down, all the way down to the 20-yard line. Tackle made by 73, Aaron Moore.
Yeah, the gap right up the middle opened up, and Conrad had a lead blocker going with him too. Really easy pickup for the 1st down on that 4th and 1.
It's now 12 carries for 62 yards for Conrad. Clock moving, 3:40 to play. Two receivers stretch out left side. It's the tailback. On the partial draw was Weavinga. So Jessen Weavinga just dives his way forward for about 5. Jessen Weaving is just a big-bodied kid, 6'2", 209 pounds. He touches the football like that, and all he has to do is kind of just fall over, stretch his way out. He's going to pick up 3-4 yards.
Yeah, lean forward, got the momentum going, and pick up a few yards every time.
Under 3 minutes left.
Well, this is officially the last game of the first round of the playoffs. Lincoln has defeated Stevens 56-21.
Here's the 2nd down and 7. Carry for Weavinga, hit back at the line. Werlinger gets contact on him first, might even drop him for a loss of 1. So as the time continues down, T's going to get another shot at Yankton, who came here to Titan Stadium back a few weeks ago and came out with the victory in that one by a final score of 37-26 in a game in which Yankton jumped out early.
Yeah. Remember, we started early that night because there was some predicted weather coming in. The administration decided to move up the game time a couple hours. Titans weren't ready to start off with. Came out a little slow. Yankton did jump on top of them really quick, and then they didn't quite have enough power to make the comeback in the second half.
Titans take the snap with a minute 55 remaining. Jump pass caught, Weavinga, and he's going to pick up about 5 again. But because of the tackle for a loss and the ball just kind of moving wherever it is, it's going to be 4th down. So it'll be 4th down and roughly about 6 yards to go.
I was really impressed with Yankton in that game. Just the amount of speed that they had at their skill positions. They had lots of playmakers on the field. And so we'll see if the Titans, are able to scheme up something a little bit different in this game next week to try to stop some of that attack from the Bucks.
4th down and a long 6 to go. Back to throw is Conrad. Penalty flag flies. He's going to launch it to the end zone. A jump ball. It is intercepted. Picked off in the end zone. And jumping up to get that football was Jaden Blair. Let's see what the flag was. Penalty flag came out quick.
Usually that's an indication it's on the offense.
So this will go down as an interception for Brenner Conrad.
Legal motion. Number 4, blue, declined. First down.
That is the 5th interception thrown this season for Brenner Conrad.
It's also the 2nd illegal motion here lately on the Titans. That's something maybe they need to work on in practice this coming week. I didn't exactly see what's happening with the motion, but when a ball carrier or when an offensive player goes in motion, they're not allowed to go forward until the ball's snapped. And so maybe there's a little bit of that going on with the Titans.
Sturgis will take the football over with 1 minute remaining. 39-13 they trail. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Back to throw. Hederman fires down the left side, incomplete over Wormstead, the intended target.
Hederman's pass intended for Wormstead, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, at this point, those Titan defensive backs just kind of got to back off a little bit and don't let someone get behind you. It looks like they're still playing a little bit of press down here on the bottom side, but I would back them up about 10 yards and just keep everything in front of you. Don't give up the big play at this point.
Just 55 seconds remaining. It will be 2nd down and 10. T area tonight, 425 offensive yards, 353 on the ground, 72 through the air, 21 total first downs. Sturgis, depending on what happens here over the next couple of plays, 162 in terms of total offense, 65 rushing yards, 97 through the air. And they almost add more as the intended target on the near side, dropping it as Inhofer.
3rd and 10.
Brenner Conrad's going to finish 6 of 10 passing for 72 yards and 1 interception. His targets tonight, Keegan DeYoung, 2 catches for 27. Cole McKinney, 2 catches for 34. Riley Sfondo with a catch for 10. Jessen Weavinga with a catch for 1. Rushing the football, DeYoung, 13 carries for 99 yards and 3 touchdowns. Conrad rushing 12 carries, 62 yards. Sfondo with 10 carries for 83 and a score. And Cole McKinney, 62 yards and a touchdown. Third down, 10 yards to go from the 20. Hederman, jump pass, is caught and racing forward across the 30 to the 40-yard line, out to the 45, still fighting for extra yardage. This time around is Udiger.
I really like that play. That was kind of neat. The quarterback looked like he was going to run, stopped, jumped, and the running back was able to just sneak out behind everyone, was wide open and able to pick up a nice play.
It's first down and 10 from the 47 with 40 seconds remaining. Hederman out of the shotgun, 2-by-2 on the receivers. Back to throw, looking left, now looking down the middle of the field. Pressure coming, they're trying to get to him. He's still going. Hederman's going to tuck and run. He slips away from Wiebinga, still going down the middle of the field. Now cuts left side out towards the numbers. He's across the 30 to the 25 and stopped near the 20. Sam Wordle with the tackle for the Titans. Another first down for Sturgis with 24 seconds to go.
Yeah, there's no quitting this kid. He's going to play till the whistle or till the final buzzer, and doing a good job is Hederman of just scrambling, making guys turn their hips. We're going to have a timeout called here, so Sturgis wants to put some more, points on the board. T area wants to talk about, hey, what are we doing out here? Let's stop this right now.
Aiden Hederman entered tonight's game for Sturgis as the, of course, leading passer as the quarterback, but also the team's leading rusher. It's been the case here tonight. He has 14 carries now for 80 yards following that 33-yard pickup, and he also has a rushing touchdown. Throwing the football, he's 8 of 20 for 124, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. His longest pass, 40 yards, that was completed to Jaden Blair, who has just the 1 catch for that mark. 3 catches for Udiger for 52 yards, and Sully Jost with 3 catches for 25. First down and 10 from the T area 20. Out of the timeout, Hederman back to throw again, pressure, and this time he's tackled. He is sacked down to the turf by Jessen Wiebinga back towards the 30. And another timeout called by Sturgis.
Yeah, T area wasn't going to let him stand back there and just kind of pick him apart. They said, hey, Wiebinga, rather than putting you in coverage, we're going to have you blitz. And really, Sturgis was kind of fortunate there with that Wiebinga wasn't able to strip the ball out on that sack, because it looked like it was pretty close to that type of situation.
Jessen tonight, 5 total tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. That took Sturgis back 11 yards, 1 sack for 10 yards. He also has a pass breakup here tonight. Sam Wordle, 9 total tackles, 3 for a loss. Dawson Eimers with 5 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss. And Tim Halber with 7 combined tackles this evening. Some of the leaders on the defensive side for this T-Area Titans unit that will move on to face Yankton coming up next Friday night. Second down. And 20 to go. 17 seconds on the game clock. Pressure coming. Wordle is going to fight his way over. And Wordle is able to get Hederman to just jump his way up. And he's not going to get credited on the tackle. Oplin will be the one that gets credited on the stop officially. And the clock runs out, and the Titans are heading to Yankton. Final score this evening, T-Area 39, Sturgis Brown 13. We'll get you to some of the post-game stats when we return here in a moment. But it is the Titans victorious here this evening, 39-13 on the T-Area Titans YouTube channel.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in South Dakota needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation: that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Final score this evening, 39-13. T-Area defeats Sturgis in the quarterfinal round of the Class 11 AA playoffs. I'm Jerry Paleschi, joined by Chad Berger. Let's get you the final stats this evening. Just kind of, for the most part, went over all of them, but T-Area will officially finish with 425 total yards, 353 on the ground, 72 through the air. They had 21 first downs tonight. Sturgis with 213 offensive yards, 124 through the air, 89 rushing yards this evening. Brenner Conrad for T, 6 of 10 passing for 72 yards. He had 1 interception thrown. Keegan DeYoung led the way with 13 carries for 99 yards and 3 touchdowns. Conrad rushing the football for 62 yards. Svando with 83 yards on 10 carries and a touchdown. Cole McKinney also got on the touchdown board tonight, 9 carries for 62 yards. Justin Wiebinga with 3 rushes for 1. Sam Wordle with 3 rushes for 41. Carter Christensen with a carry officially on the stat book, 1 carry for 5 yards. Keegan DeYoung receiving tonight, 2 passes for 27 yards. Cole McKinney, 2 receptions for 34. And Riley Svando with a catch for 10. Sturgis led by Aiden Hederman, the quarterback, who went 8 of 20 passing for 124. His main target, Owen Udiger, who had 3 receptions for 52 yards. Sully Jost with 3 catches for 25. Jaden Blair with a catch for 40. Hederman led the team in rushing, 16 carries, 71 yards, and 1 touchdown. Sam Wordle led the Titans on defense, 9 total tackles, 3 for a loss. Dawson Eimers added 5. Justin Wiebinga, 5 total tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 sack in the contest. T-Area moves on to take on Yankton coming up next Friday night. That will take place in Yankton. Game time to be determined. I would assume a 7 o'clock start, but we'll check on that as that information comes out. But the Titans will get another crack at Yankton here, who they lost to on their home turf just a matter of a few weeks ago. Winner of that game moves on to the Dakota Dome.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are playing really good football right now. It's going to be a great matchup, I'm anticipating, next week in Yankton. I think the Titans are going to be a little bit excited to maybe get a little revenge. They know that they didn't play their best game a few weeks ago in that matchup in T, and so now being able to get another crack at it on the road in the playoffs is always a nice thing.
That's going to do it for us tonight and for the football season here from Titans Stadium. Final score 39-13, T-Area with the victory. Basketball season coming up in just a matter of about a month and change. The volleyball team will start region play on Tuesday. More information about T-Area, just search on Google for the T-Area Titans. For Chad Berger, I thank him for joining me here in the booth, as it's sometimes the season can get a little long depending on some of the games. It's always nice to have a second person up here, and Andrew Griffin for taking care of all the equipment. So all I have to do is show up, put a headset on, and talk a little bit about football. I do truly appreciate that. I'm Jerry Paleschi. I thank you all for joining us, whether it was for this game, all games, or just a single game throughout the course of the season. We do truly appreciate it as well. Good night from Titan Stadium. Final score, T-Area 39, Sturgis 13.